I'm going to presume I'm recording. Hey folks, I'm back again. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Can you believe it's been 6 months since I brought this here? How time flies. I'm going to say when you're not having fun, because there's been a 10-week period where I've not had the bike. Anyways, let's crack on with it. Tyres, Michelin Road 5s, brilliant. I've been out in the wet a few times on this, never had an issue. That's the brand new front wheel from when I took it for a service, yada yada. You know the score on that one. Brakes, oh shit, I forgot the name of them. They're a Spanish brand, I think. They're a good brand, they're brilliant. And that massive disc that we thought was warped, that wasn't warped, because it was a wheel that was warped and not the disc. Brilliant, the brakes are brilliant, I admit, they really are. There's more stopping power on the LXS because that had twin discs, so there you go. But for this, brilliant. Love the curved radiator. Can you see it there? Or it's curved. Love that. I want to get a guard for that. I actually forgot to ask them yesterday, because you're in danger of a stone flicking up and ruining your day. Suspension, pretty much spot on. WP Apex, and it's not clean. I think they've had it out in the rain sometimes. I didn't bother cleaning it yesterday, I was just too excited. But yeah, the suspension's really good. When I got it, this was further down, and you get the adjuster in the toolkit, and it's a good thing that they've put that there, because you can just get to it right there. You don't have to like get under here and mess about. So I just wound it off, and it's perfect for me. I prefer a softer rear end. I think we all do, don't we? But yeah, suspension's spot on. And I said the brakes, pretty good. I can't comment on the lights at night because I've not done a night ride. Somebody else will have to tell me that. People keep thinking this is a sticker. It's not, it's painted on. Because even my son went, wow, that sticker's massive. And I went, it's not a sticker, it's actually painted on. He's like, really? That's a sticker. That's a sticker. That's a sticker. And that's a sticker. I'm just messing about. Levers, they're adjustable. I don't think there's that much adjustability in these as like what you get with aftermarket ones. Maybe it's just me, but I'm fine with them. They're black like the bike. I hate when you get an ice bike and it's all black on the front and they put silver bars on. Please don't. Like the new upgraded headlight. I've not got an issue with that. I really like it. This looks a bit cheap and nasty. I think I'm going to get one of them screens to cover it. I just don't like that. And again, my aftermarket mirrors, which I mentioned in a previous video. Engine wise, what they've done for this one, instead of it being a double overhead cam, it's a single overhead cam. Apparently, I don't know, it produces more power and all this kind of business. I like that your coolant tank's there. Love the swing arm on it. I think it's amazing. And I love this colour option. They do one where this, I think this panel's in orange and Duke is in blue and your wheels are black. I prefer this colour option. Comfort wise, where the seat's concerned, do you know something? For it being as thin as it is, it's not been too bad. When we went to Devil's Bridge, I didn't have a numb butt. I've been on my scooter sometimes and I got a numb butt. Don't ask me why, I don't know why. Maybe it's the way I'm built. But anyways, yeah, obviously it wasn't as comfortable as the scooter. It was more comfortable than TNT. That was like riding around on a park bench. It wasn't as comfortable as the LXS, but having said that, again, because it's so thin, I expected it to feel like a park bench, and it doesn't. It's pretty spot on. So yeah, comfort wise, I think it's amazing. I really do. Riding position. Now, for me, these pegs, they sweat back a bit. I prefer my legs either being the bottom, you know, the bottom of my legs being downwards like that, or slightly forward. It's more like a sporty position, but not as sporty as like a race bike. There has been times when I've been out on it for ages and I've had to like stretch, you know, when you're riding along and stretch your legs a little bit and all the rest of it, or stand up on your pegs. But yeah, I'd say comfort wise, it's a pretty comfortable bike. I find it comfortable. I put a tail tidy on it. I think I paid about 35 quid for that. I actually forgot I put that on from eBay. And the one I got, it's specific because it uses your original license plate, like so you're not just throwing it in a box somewhere and forgetting about it. So that's why I went for that one, and I really like it. I really do. Like I said, I forget it's on the Q bag. It was an eBay job, I think, or was it? I don't know. I got it somewhere online. What else is there? Fuel tank, 15 litre fuel tank. You'll get mega mileage on this. I've had 300 plus miles on this bike, but again, I've been running it in, I've not been ragging it and all the rest of it. Exhaust noise, if you like loud bikes, they do an NCAN and they want 600, I think they said £600 for it, and I'm like, don't think so. I'm going to presume at some point Aftermarket exhausts are going to come along where you can get a full system, but I love that underslung look. That's why I chose this over the MT, because the MT's got the big NCAN on it, and hasn't it? No disrespect to anyone's got an MT, it's just me. And I just love how aggressive it looks, I really do. What else is there? It's LED lights all round. It's a yearly service on these. Well, it's either mileage, mine's saying at 6,619 miles, or June 2026. I will get nowhere near 6,000 miles, trust me when I say this. Have I missed anything? I don't think so. Have I got any gripes with it? I wouldn't say the gripes are just things that I've noticed that it's not got. Considering how much it's got, because you've got track mode, you've got, well, I've had the quick shifter fitted. I'm going to be getting the heated grips when they come in stock, and you work them through this, through your controller here. It's got ABS, slipper clutch. It's got another setting where you can switch the ABS off. Aye? Oh, definitely. Where you can switch the ABS off. I can't think what it's called, that. And now, you know, I've sorted the sat nav out, and I'm running my KTM Connect, by the way. I didn't mention this in my previous video. I'm running that on the basic. I've not paid for the premium. I'm wondering if you use Google Maps, if it'll still work. I've not tried it. And also, what I forgot to mention is, when you are using that, if you've got a headset and you're using the map thing, it comes through on your headset as well, so not only are you getting on screen instructions, you're getting it in your note as well. Anyways, but yeah, I was lucky when I got this. There was a promotion on. I paid £4,000. They're now back up to 4,800 and something, so I'm happy I didn't pay that. Also, the guy was telling me everything's online now, and that's why you have the KTM Connect, and they put it online, unlike Lex Moto. And it said flexible service, and I just, what's this flexible service thing? I said, I just noticed it the other day when I was in the Connect app, and basically, let's imagine I've gone to Spain or Scotland and the bike breaks down. I ring this number, say my bike's broken down, and they come and collect the bike. And they'll say to you, have you got a full driving licence, like a car driving licence? And I said, well, yeah, I've got a full driving licence. He said, do you know what they'll do? They'll give you a car, a courtesy car. You don't pay for it, they pay for it, so that you can get home. He said, they'll take your bike. He said, they've got 4 days to repair your bike. And if they can't repair it within 4 days, you can get a new bike. You can go back down to the dealership and get a new bike. Let's say you didn't have a driving licence. What they'll do, they'll put you a full car driving licence. They'll put you in a hotel for 4 nights. And if they can't get the bike fixed, they'll arrange transportation for you to get home. And again, you can go down to the dealership and get a brand new bike. And those things are the same if you're abroad. And I was like, wow, how the hell do they cover that cost? It said basically when he works on KTMs, he charges £90 an hour. He got me a bit confused when he started going in, because he went into a lot of detail, but basically it comes out of their pockets. He didn't say much comes out, but that's kind of, yeah, I think they charge that little bit more. We, the customer, at the end, I think, are paying for it, because we're paying a little bit more than we normally would with other bike brands to have a service or work carried out on our bikes. And KTM take a cut of it and give you this flexible plan thing, which I didn't know. It should have been in the paperwork. It wasn't in the paperwork. But buyer beware if you get one of these. I took this for a service. I did the video yesterday. It was the brake disc, the brake disc, the brake disc. They put a new brake disc on it off a new bike that was in the showroom. Did the test. It was still showing that it was warped. They contacted KTM, said this is warped. KTM said do it against the wheel, check the wheel. So they checked the wheel, it's the wheel that was warped. Now he said to me, the only 125 that they had in was the other model with the black wheels. He said obviously you need a new wheel, we can't put that on. So he contacted KTM again and said the only bike we've got is one with the black wheel. So they've emailed him back and said the 390 wheel is exactly the same. So they've took the 390 wheel off one of the donor bikes, put my tyre on for obvious reasons, and there we go, the rest is history. I'm hoping it's done with now, and everything's fine. But yeah, folks, if I was to score this bike, oh, I was going about niggles, weren't I? Yeah, the only niggles I've got is I wish these levers adjusted more, and there's no ambient air temperature on here. I don't know why, I just like having ambient air. But like I said, when you've got cruise control, got the quick shifter, I'll be having the heated grips and everything else that's on the bike, the track mode and all the other stuff that's on it. For your money, I think you can't complain. You really, really can't. Do you know what I mean? It's not the fastest 125 out there, but it's not boasting to be the fastest 125 out there. It is what it is. I think as an overall package, I think it's amazing. And I've been thinking about this all morning. What do I score it out of 10? 10 being perfect. 1 being, what the hell am I doing? Please don't do what I've done. I'm going to knock 0.2 points off, right? And that's because of the levers, and that's because there's no ambient air temperature display. And I swear down, I can't believe I'm going to say this, because it isn't perfect. Because of those two things. If it had those two things, I'd be like, yeah, do you know something? I pretty much think this bike's perfect. Do you know? And I'm basing it off the bikes I've owned in the past, okay? And out of the bikes, because this is the 5th bike I would have owned now. Well, it's the 5th bike I own. It's pretty damn near perfect. But I'm going to knock 0.2 off. So I'm going to give it 9.8 out of 10. If you can afford it, and you can figure out everything on it, and I hope my video that I'll be putting on later helps you to do that with the sat-nav and stuff. It really, really is. I love it. I absolutely love it, folks. And on that note, I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, as per usual. And as always, take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye now.